Well, Rizzle Squad, you knew that Kanye was gonna do this eventually, right? I mean, after going through whatever the heck the rollout for Donda was, Ye finally came through again with a whole new version of the record. This is nothing new if you've been following him since something like the Life of Pablo, but it gets much more interesting when you see the people that he decided to leave off of the guest list this time. Outside of the few mixed differences, most of the songs in the new version of the record are intact, except for Chris Brown. After going over the mixes again, Kanye decided to cut Chris Brown out of the entire thing completely. So, what made our boy cut Chris Brown out of the entire album? Could it have just been a change of heart? And how does Chris Brown feel about being cut from one of the most hyped albums ever? Well, if you look at Twitter, it would seem that a lot of users are praising Kanye for taking him off the project. It's no surprise why people might not have wanted to see Chris on this version after all. Considering the dude's past, it looks like the fans still think he's a bit more of a scumbag than he's given credit for. At the same time, you've got to wonder why Ye would decide to cut Chris Brown but keep Marilyn Manson and the baby. I mean, it's not like people have necessarily forgotten about all the shady stuff that they've done over the past few months either. Then again, it might have something to do with the fact that Chris actually called out Ye for not including his original verse on the song New Again on the record, even posting on his Instagram that Ye was a whole Considering that you're saying that to one of the most successful men in the music industry, Chris Brown was quick to backpedal on the whole thing, eventually saying that Ye is just tweaking. You can say what you want about them going back and forth, but it looks like fans are sensing a bit of insecurity about the whole thing too. From what fans have been saying, many are wondering why Chris is even on Ye's radar at this point, with one user commenting that he's not nearly talented enough to get on Ye's level for a track. Still, there are also some rap fans thinking that Chris should consider himself lucky if that's the only thing Ye decided to do. One user really put it best by saying, of course he removed him. You ain't finna just call me a and I'ma let you make money off it. For everyone who has griped about Kanye's struggles with mental health in the past, the dude knows good business and isn't looking to get in deep with someone who would tear him down like that. Hell, there are some fans that are just finding the entire thing funny at this point. Across social media, you've got fans wondering why Chris would even bother to say something that stupid when the album had just got released. Since Ye is known to go back into the studio and tweak stuff that was supposed to be fixed, seeing him tear into Ye before the new version even dropped has fans rolling on the floor. It gets even more hilarious when you start to actually read some of these other comments. They aren't mad, they're not happy, they're just confused. Like one user who literally was questioning whether Chris was even on Donda in the first place. It takes a special type of feature to be put on a Kanye album and get pushed so far into the background that some fans can't even pick you out from the lineup. It's not just one guy though. You got multiple hip-hop fans wondering why someone like Chris is even relevant anymore, saying that they feel like he's just around these days. Still, you can sort of feel Chris's pain here. I mean, before the record had even come out, Kanye had already had 3 separate listening parties for the thing and had put in different mixes every single time. Now that it's out in the world, Chris was probably thinking that he was in the clear to talk about what he wanted to. There are also some people that are on Chris's side. Out of all the stuff he could have done, just a simple dust-up shouldn't have been enough to erase him from the project entirely, right? From the looks of the comments, many people are thinking that that is just the case of Kanye being sensitive about the whole thing. Since Ye's already looking over this grand statement of his late mother taking out someone just for something he said has got fans calling Ye petty. I mean, can you blame him though? Over the past few months, Ye has already had to deal with the craziness of his personal life and also releasing his album all at the same time as Drake. And now you got one of the guys who helped you bring your record to life now mad at you because you cut him from the final version for some minor nitpicks here and there. This would have been considered too much for me personally, but for Kanye, that might have been just the final straw. If you would ask Chris though, you can see why he was upset to be cut. I mean, since the man hasn't really had the best career path in the last few years, this could have been a great opportunity for Chris making a strong comeback. So to see Kanye just 86 him might have, been a little bit upsetting, especially over something like an Instagram post. You even got some fans trying to gamble with Ye too, asking if he would have been able to get some sort of feature of Chris if he had called him a half instead. Given how much mudslinging has gone both ways, we've also got some fans speculating whether or not Chris should just, do a collab with Drake for the hell of it. Then you think about it, it would be perfect timing, right? You got one legendary rapper who just X'd you from their album, so why not get back at him by making a killer track with his greatest rival? Granted, it could be that Kanye just didn't think that Chris' backing vocals really fit the song that much. I mean, we already had the weird original version with every swear word cut out of the mix, so it would make sense to write Chris out of the picture if the whole thing was just a bit too explicit. Considering these were just background vocals though, Kanye really seems like he was itching for a reason to cut him from the album altogether. You also have to remember that this whole album was meant to be a more faith-filled experience for Ye. Since he's now starting beef with someone that he just got finished working with, it would make sense that he thought that Breezy just didn't work in his new version of the album. Ye lives in a different world than he did just a few months ago, so it's best to take the right advice from the fans and weed out the BS. No matter what Kanye decides to do though, fans have been pretty emphatic that Breezy put himself in the situation the minute that he decided to talk trash about Ye. If you're looking to keep yourself in the good graces of someone, you gotta know when to keep your mouth shut. And Chris may have just let his feelings out a little too early here. Out of everyone shouting about this on Twitter, one user said it best by saying, he jumped the gun and talked shit on someone he worked with, showed his ass without knowing the facts behind it. Kanye has the right to. In the world of hip-hop, you can never forget what goes around comes around. Kanye seems to be putting Breezy in his place here. But what y'all think about the whole dust up Rizzle Squad? Do you think Kanye is being petty about Chris Brown calling him out, or do you think that he should have cut him out of the album? Also, be sure to let us know what you think about the new mix of Donda. Better? Worse? Leave in the comments down below and let us know. Other than that, be sure to like and subscribe here at Rizzle so you don't miss out on the latest in hip-hop. Who knows? We might be talking about a new Breezy Dreezy collab sooner rather than later is. But until that day, rest easy, Rizzle Squad. Deuces.